In this video we are going to cover scheduling tasks on Linux using Cron Jobs. And before we begin the video, I want to mention that all the code and the presentation can be found on my GitHub page that is linked in the description. And if this video is useful for you, it would be also useful for me if you like it, share it, and if you want to be notified of future uploads from me, then also consider subscribing. So first, let's see what cron jobs are. Cron jobs are the scheduled tasks of the Linux world. So if you come from the Windows part, you know that scheduled tasks are an important thing to know when managing the operating system, and the same goes for Linux also, just that instead of scheduled tasks, you call them cron jobs. And they are basically tasks that run in the background and are scheduled at a specific time and date. Cron itself is managed with the cron tab utility, so when you want to get a list of the cron jobs or modify cron jobs, you will use the command cron tab. And the jobs themselves are executed by the cron service. Let's go a little deeper into cron jobs. So cron jobs are created at the user level, and they actually run as the user that is the owner of the file where the cron job is defined. So if I run with a specific user the cron tab command to create a cron job, that is the user that the job will run as. Because of this, multiple files with cron job definitions exist on a specific Linux system. And since we are talking about Linux, you know that in Linux all things are files, which means that you could theoretically open with vi or with nano the cron tab definition files and write your own cron jobs. But I do not recommend it, and it is actually not recommended. It is recommended to edit the cron jobs using the cron tab utility, which then will open a text editor. And let's actually see how we create or how we define a cron job. In the lower part of the screen you see a line in a cron tab file that defines a job. And the first thing we can specify is the minute at which the job will run. And of course the values range from 0 to 59. When you have a star, it means that it will run every minute. The next part specifies the hour at which the task runs, and the range is between 0 and 23. If we were to have a star, it would run every hour. Then the next part specifies the day of the month that the task will run. And for this the values range from 1 to 31. Again, a star means every day. Here we have the month that the task will run, and this can be configured either by the range 1 to 12 or by specifying the actual month like January, February, March and so on. And here we can specify the day of the week. So we had the day as a number like 31 of April, but we can also specify I want this to run every Sunday or every Monday, or I want it to run in day 1 or day 2 of the week. When you have a star, it means every day, but it doesn't matter for us because we have the 22 there, which overrides this. And the last big part is the actual command that the cron job will run. So the first part that we saw specifies when the job should run, and In our case, it should run on 22 of April in the hour 16, which means 4 p.m. every minute of that hour. So that is enough theory for one video. Let's see the commands through which we can create and manage cron jobs. First, I will show you the status of the cron service. And of course, on a normal Linux machine, this should be running for cron jobs to work. And with cron tab -L, we can have a list of all the cron jobs that are defined for our user. And we don't have any, but we will have shortly. Let's actually start and define the first job. First, I want to show you what we will actually run, and this is the command that I want to run through our cron job. I want to echo this text to cron job test, which will be a file in the home directory of this user, and it will basically be it is hour, minute, and so on for the current user. No error, it means that it worked. So let's put it in our cron job. First, we have to modify the cron tab file. And I told you, instead of opening the text file directly with an editor, we can open it with cron tab. And cron tab will ask us which editor do we want to use as the default for it when it opens files. I will say I want to use nano. And here is the file, and everything you see here is a comment, so it will be ignored. We don't have any cron job at the moment, but we will have right now. And check it out, this is the cron job. Let's save the file, let's exit, let's make sure that the date is correct so that it will actually run, and it seems it is correct. So basically at this point it should run in about 1 minute. So you see that we still have to wait a little, and I'll copy the ls command so we can run it. And you see we are getting close. Like I said, this task will run every minute, like I showed you also in the example. And now a new minute has come by, so let's see if the file now exists. You see that it exists. Let's see if it also wrote what it should have written, and it did. So you see it is, then we have the date and time, and then the user. So we just created a cron job for our current user, user 100. Let's also create a cron job that should run as the root user. And to do this, it's actually pretty simple. We just run the cron tab -E with the sudo command. So we open it as the root. And this being a new user that will access cron tab, we have to specify the default text editor, and let's put the same command also here. So basically what this will do, like before, it will run at this hour, this day, and it will put this text in the cron job test file in the home drive of the user. Let's check the date and time. So we have to wait a little more for the minute to change from 41 to 42. And now we should have our file. Let's check. And of course, you know that since we are checking for the root user, the home directory for this user is not in /home but in /root. And here's the file. Let's also check its contents to make sure that it's correctly created, and it is correctly created. And basically that was it. This was a very short walkthrough of what cron jobs are and how they work. If you enjoyed the video, then please like it, and I'll see you in the next one.